most famous physical therapist on the internet.
Ready?
We're going to pump you up.
Say no more, Bob.
Hi, folks. I'm Bob Schrupp, physical therapist.
Brad Heineck, physical
Because
therapist.
we're the most famous physical therapists on the internet.
In our opinion, of course, Bob.
I had enough of hip pain, Brad. And these are 3 things that work for me. That help take it
There
away.
you go, Bob. Let's share them.
All right. By the way, if you're new to our
Oh,
channel, please
yeah.
take a second to subscribe to us. We provide videos how to stay healthy, fit, pain-free, and we upload every day. Also, this is the time you want to join us on bobandbrad.com. Go to the giveaway section because we're giving away a Sleepovation mattress.
Oh, yes.
And 2 pillows, by the way, too. Yeah,
this is pretty much a cornucopia. This is a
this is a big word for you.
Oh, yeah. I've been studying over the weekend.
So the mattress will go to one person, and then the second and third get the pillows.
Oh, that's how it's going
Yeah,
to work.
that's going to work. So
well, that's a good
I can also find it on Facebook. It'll be pinned to the top of the page. Want a 60-second version of us? Go to Twitter or Instagram.
There you go.
Let's get it rolling, Brad. All right. I've had a couple bouts of hip pain, Brad, over the years, especially while I'm running. And I always feel it in what we'd say the anterior portion.
Sure.
In the front portion.
Mm-hmm.
Yep,
where the front pocket is.
Yeah, going right through here. I have reasonings why I think this has happened, and I've since corrected them.
Right.
But the first thing I did to help correct this, I did 3 things, and this took them away, was stretches.
Mm-hmm.
So the first stretch I did is you definitely have to do this one, is a hip flexor stretch.
Sure.
So it's good to have a pillow on the floor. I'm going to stretch this side. Do you think that's advisable, Brad?
The side that hurts?
Well, no, the side that you can see best on.
Oh,
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
So, all right. So we're stretching this right here. I'm staying in good posture and I'm leaning forward here.
Yeah.
Now,
Good.
sometimes some people do a little external rotation or internal rotation of the hip. That's up to you.
He's talking about where you put your foot because it does change subtly, but it makes a little difference.
Right. I often go a little bit of internal rotation, actually, of the hip.
So, in other words,
putting
his
the foot
foot's
out.
going towards the camera.
But you see, I'm keeping a good posture.
Yeah.
I'm really getting a good stretch. So
Nice
you can
tall.
see I've stretched this out before. 'Cause some
Right.
people probably could only get that far.
Right.
So, all right, another simple one.
Do you always stretch both hips then?
No, I just like
Just
one.
do the painful one?
Yeah, no, I do both.
Well, it's just, we got to be clear.
Just for a matter of time right now.
I know
don't-
someone was going to ask.
Right, that's a good question. Very good question.
All
So
right.
yes, we're going to stretch both sides. Next, we're going to stretch the hip into external rotation. So you're actually stretching the internal rotation. But this is a great way to do it. Is you just sit in the chair. You just going to do pressure on, pressure off, pressure on, pressure off.
And really relax while you do all of these stretches and think about your breathing. Everything is relaxed.
Yeah, to me, it's kind of a meditative time.
Right.
When I do my stretches.
If you got children and they're young children, they're running around, and it's not going to be very
That's right.
effective. So you really pick some quiet time.
And you can also, when you do these stretches, you can determine which one is tighter quite often, because
Right.
if this one you put it out across and the knees way up like this,
Right.
and this one you put it across and it's way down like this one might need a little more attention. It's just like certain children. Like Brad, I bet you as a child need a little more attention, did you?
Well, I was a little bit of a problem child, but
yeah.
Mom likes me now.
All right. Well, that's all that's important. You can also stretch that laying flat on your back, right, Brad? And that way you can show internal rotation too, because
Sure.
this is a critical one.
Yeah, and you can do this in your bed or on a carpeted floor. You can do it on a hard floor if you're tough.
Sure.
So one knee is up. Now this is the one you put your ankle on the knee, and then the stretch goes like this. This is some way nice just because you can be a little more relaxed, and then you're going to push here.
Basically, a kind of a figure 4,
Yep.
To some extent, you're making a 4.
Right.
So
Exactly. And you can modify this a little bit by doing this as well.
sure.
Yep. And then a double whammy. Again, both legs. This one really does feel good. I mean, even if you don't have
Right.
hip pain,
These are great preventative exercises.
Right.
These are muscles that tend to get tight on, especially now that we're in a sitting society. These muscles don't get stretched out, and if you don't stretch them out, eventually they're going to give you problems. Brad, can you show a stretch of the other internal rotation?
the tricky one. It's a little
internal
tricky,
rotation.
yeah.
Yep.
So we're gonna go here.
So he's stretching this one, trying to keep your back down,
Yeah.
but you'll feel that pulling in there. Now, this is interesting. I started doing
Right there.
clamshell exercises
Yeah.
for strengthening. And I went a little crazy on it. And at my age, apparently you don't do that because I started using a black band, and I was doing it every day. And my muscle, I think I actually had some slight tears in it. So
Oh, Bob, why,
yeah, so
Bob?
I
Why?
started. I
Oh,
backed off. I started doing some stretching of it,
sure.
and then I'll show you one other thing I did for it because it was getting bad.
I can't believe you started out with the black band. You always started out with the pink one.
Well, apparently
Yeah.
I just don't know what I'm doing here. So, all right, Brad. So that's internal rotation. Next one, we're gonna do some foam rolling. And
Oh, yeah.
I actually, I've been using this vibrating foam roller for years. This is kind of on the advice of Tom Brady and his program about muscle pliability.
Sure.
I know there's a lot of movie stars and stuff that are using vibrating foam rollers. I'm not trying to make a joke here, but they they actually are, and they seem to be a little more effective to me.
Yeah.
Than a
I would
regular foam
rather
roller.
take Tom Brady's advice than the movie star's advice
Sure,
because
sure.
he shows it on the field.
Yeah, and he shows
44
on the
years old
field.
or whatever he is. Yeah.
Exactly, and plus his trainer is quite
Yeah.
educated. So, but I was using this one, and I never recommended foam rollers to you, the public, because they were so expensive. This was $250,
Right.
and I mean it does a good job, but it's $250. That's
Yeah.
just beyond the budget of most people. Well, now we've found one here, Fit Index, that this is like 50 some dollars. They're also having a coupon. I hate to say that because then by the time you get there, the coupon's gone and stuff like that, but it's 50 some dollars. I think it's better, it's longer, and it's made out of similar material, wasn't it, Brad? Wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Mm-hmm.
It's got 4 levels of vibration.
Yeah.
So, I mean, this thing works great. And I think this to me is in the price range of most people.
Right. Yeah.
So,
It works well.
so
You see that, Mike? It is amazing how that it really is.
you want to show the hip flexor then? This is the one I do that is critical
Oh,
to me.
right.
I,
So
I, I go right from the hip flexor into the quad.
working there, right there where you put your hand in your pocket, basically, and you got to use just kind of the edge of the roller. Let me get this thing working here. I'll put it on level 3, and I'm gonna work on this. Get on my forearm so I can control, and I'm on my toes, and I can control how much pressure relatively easily. But you want to get in there deep. The hip flexors are really in there deep, so you're going to want to put. I'm going to go with all my weight I can.
Yeah, it doesn't usually bother me in the hip flexors,
Oof.
but once I go into the quads, it seems to be my quads are a little bit tender. But I have to make the comment every morning. My
Wow.
wife comes by and sees me doing this, and she goes, "Do you want to get a room, or do you want to be by yourself?" So I'm like, "This is a family show. We can't talk
Right,
like
and
that."
we're
So
therapists. This is
we're
professional.
therapists, right?
We've got work to do and whatever it takes to get the job done.
So you can do the tensor fascial lata if you want, which is on the side there. But it'll work. This will do a great job of, you can get your hamstrings and quads, and yeah, there you go.
Oh yeah. And you can get that pure form. Really, we're going to have to do another video because there's just too much to show. We're getting off the subject and we're running out of time. People are starting to tune out. I think.
Right. All right. Number 3, proper bed positioning. Now this is really important. Now again, I just had that episode of pain, and I would lay. I was accustomed to laying on my left side,
Sure.
and that's where the pain is. And I mean, I'm going to make this point. If you're having pain in your hip or on this side, on this shoulder,
Hmm.
you can't lay on that side. You got it's just not helping the healing. It's going to take so much longer. So I had to start laying on my other side or laying on my back.
Hmm.
And it's hard because you're accustomed to doing one thing for
Sure.
years. But it did help it. And even let's say the pain's on this side, so you're going to avoid laying on this side. Even if you lay on the right side,
Yeah.
though, I got my mic here.
But
I'm going to have to switch.
how do you sleep with that mic on, Bob?
I don't know. All right. Let's say I'm having pain on the right side. I can't lay on the right side.
Mhm.
I'm going to lay on the left side instead. Even on the left side, now look at how my hip is getting a little stress on it because it's internally rotating and adducting.
Right, because he's got usually that leg all to come forward. That pulls the knee
Even if
down.
it doesn't, still adducted here. It's still
Sure.
there's pressure
Yep.
on it. So you want to go ahead and place a pillow between the legs. And I sleep like this all the time. I actually have a special pillow for it.
Oh, you got one of
Yeah.
the hip.
Yeah, one of the smaller ones.
Yep,
These
got
are
the-
too warm for me.
Oh,
So I'm really picky apparently. So this helped calm it down and took the pain away. The 3 things, combined, I was
Right.
able to get back to running, and the pain was
So it
going
was the
away.
stretch, the roller, and the sleep positioning. Three
Yep.
things. Good.
In the future, we might talk about hamstrings a little bit, but
Right.
that's a whole
Oh,
different
yep.
animal. So,
They're in the proximity.
all right, look at that. Look at the timing today,
I know.
Brad.
It was
Wow,
perfect.
we're experts. Thanks for watching.